Hi, this is Gloria, and this is my tutorial on Blendspace. Here I am at blendspace.com, and I'm going to just scroll through here so you can see create lessons in 5 minutes. This is blend your classroom, make the most of class time so you can organize some slideshows, assess, and track your class. Here are some more features. Flipping your classroom is an idea that you can use with this. Project-based learning, differentiated instruction, create your own lesson, or you can make copies of other people's lessons. So I want you to go here and join free and go ahead and sign in. Once you're logged in, you have a home page, and you can see it has 3 tabs: lessons, classes, and gallery. How do I create a new lesson? Click here on new lesson, and it gives you a template, and you can change that template. You can change your theme. I'm going to go with color theme. I'm going to begin building my lesson here with these tools in the menu on the right. So this is going to do a YouTube search for Earth's moon. You can see some videos come up, some YouTube videos, and I can go ahead and preview those just by clicking on preview, see if it's something I want to use. I like how this shows the action of the moon in daytime, because a lot of people think that the moon is not appearing in daytime. So I'll click out of this here, and I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop this in my first frame. And you can see it appears there. It tells me it's a video, and I can also add some text here. So just click in there. So I just typed a question in there for my students to answer, click done, go to the next slide. I've modified my search here a little bit because I'm going to search for images in Google. So instead of YouTube up here, I'm going to drop down here to Google, click that, and I get some images. And if I like one, drag and drop. Again, I can add a question or some text here if I'd like. I'm also going to search for Earth's moon image on Flickr. So here's the Flickr icon. It brings some different images up. Let's preview this one. It looks like some close-up of some moons, some craters of the moon. So I like that. Drag and drop. The next search tool here is EduCreations. So let's see if there's anything on EduCreations about Earth's moon. Let's preview this.
This quarter we have been studying the
and I
rains
can
at its
scroll
peak
forward,
over the
scrub
southern
forward.
or the northern hemisphere.
This has
which
some
causes a
concepts I think I can use, so I want to drop that into my presentation. The next search is Guru, and they have a few things here. They all look the same. There is a short description of what they are, but I want to, of course, preview before I drop it into my Blendspace. Let's preview this first one, Phases of the Moon. Okay, it looks like this one has an animation of the moon orbiting around Earth and the positions between the Earth and the moon. That's always useful for students to be able to understand moon phases. So I like that. I'm going to close out of that and drag and drop that. Now this is where it can really get powerful. I have this ability to do a website link, and I've gone and found this animation on Khan Academy. So I'm going to go to the share and go ahead and pick up this URL. I'm going to copy that. Then I'm going to go back to my Blendspace and I'm going to go ahead and paste that and then search, and it brings this up, and I can drag and drop this animation from Khan Academy. Really like animations, again, like this previous tool in slide 5. Khan Academy has some great animations that I think will help my students. Now I run out of slide space, so I'm just going to add a row, and it creates 3 more slides. I want to go over here and just show you some of the other tools. I can upload media or file. There's Dropbox. You can link to your Google Drive. There's Common Core Standards and insert a bookmark. Those are things you can explore on your own. Say I have my own image on my desktop somewhere or on one of those drives. You could, again, I just showed you Dropbox and Google Drive. I want to just bring in one from my desktop. Let's see, where'd it go? Okay, so I took these screenshots and I can just drag and drop into my Blendspace. It brings this in. I can go ahead and add text. Again, any of these slides you can add a question or text and it shows up on the side. I'll show you that a little bit later. And now if I hover over a slide, it shows that I can add a quiz. Let's look what that looks like. So enter my question. So I've created a quiz question here with a, what is the moon phase after full moon? And then over here you select the correct answer. And you can add as many answers as you want here, depending on what you want that to look like. And then I just click done, and it shows up here as a quiz question. Don't forget to give your lesson a title. Click up here. And you may be wondering how you save your Blendspace. They put this little auto-saved right here just to remind you that as you go, it automatically saves. Let's go back to our home page. Just click here on Blendspace. And let's go to classes and see what that looks like. Okay, I'm going to create a class and I can pick my grade level. I'm just going to pick other since I teach K-12 teachers. And I'm going to call it Digital Dynamite Summer 2015 Add Class. So you can see I get this window and it has the class code. You'll want to write that down so that you can give it to your students to join your class. And you can look at this URL that may be of some help to you, but really you want your students to create their own account. And then you can choose whether to allow your students to see all your lessons. So I've got my code. And if you click on your classes here and you want to get the code back again, you forgot to write it down, you just click here and it opens up that window again. So there you go. I always recommend that whenever you set up a class on some sort of app, that you always set up a fake student so that you can see from the student's point of view what the work looks like. Now I want to show you what the gallery looks like, so we'll go there, and it's sorted by subject, and there's some math videos, science, social studies, technology, etc. World languages, and if I go into one of these, say I go to Georgia O'Keeffe, it opens up the blend space here, and I can copy it. If I like it, after I've previewed it, I like it, and I want to copy it, then it shows up here. If I go back to my lessons, it shows up here, copy of Georgia O'Keeffe's Color and Collage. So that's a way you can, without having to create from scratch, you can find some Blendspace presentations that you might want to use. Don't overlook this search bar here that they provide, so you can search well beyond the subject sorted presentations. I just did a search for sound, and you can see there's some presentations just on sound. Again, filter for quality, and one way to do that is the number of views. But sometimes there's a new presentation that's been uploaded that doesn't have a lot of views, so there's always a chance to preview what you want to present to your class. So now going back to classes, let's just open this, and I'm going to open this Digital Dynamite class, and you can see I have some options here. I can share a lesson with the class or manage the class. So so far I've got one student in there. That's my fake student. And then I can also share a lesson with this class, and it gives me all the lessons listed in my menu. I want to share this Earth's Moon one that we just created together, and go ahead and share that. Now it's part of the content for my students. So I logged off as a teacher, and I logged on as my fake student, G.E. Shirley, and you can see now that this has been assigned to me under the Digital Dynamite class, Earth's Moon. So I'm going to open that up, and then I'm going to just play it and go through the learning modules as a student. If there's anything over here, I'm going to add my comment. After I watched the video, I would answer this question: what are 3 facts I learned about the moon? Then once I finish this slide, I'm going to advance with this arrow, and it goes to the next slide. Down here it shows me the various slides from the Blendspace, and I am allowed to advance through, so you're going to have some convention in place to keep your students on track and doing what you want them to do. And you can see when you have a website, you can open it in a new tab, and it gives a full screen effect. So that's something you might want to teach your students to be doing as they go through your Blendspace. So we can close out of it up here with the X and go back to our home page. And so that is my tutorial on Blendspace. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.